My mom didn't end the call, and I overheard my family laughing about their personal ATM, despite me covering their expenses for years. I said nothing until they came asking for another handout. That's when I lost it. Original post. I, 33 female, have been the family success story for as long as I can remember. While my older brother Danny stayed in our hometown working random retail jobs, and my younger sister Becca bounced between finding herself and living on mom's couch, I got my nursing degree, worked my way up to nurse practitioner, and built a solid career. I make good money, not rich, but comfortable. Comfortable enough that when family needed help, I could provide it. And I did. For years. It started small when I was 26. Mom's car broke down, needed a new transmission. $2,200. She called crying, said she didn't know what to do, couldn't get to work without a car. I sent the money. She promised to pay me back. Never did, but I didn't push it. She's my mom. Then Danny needed help with rent after losing another job. Just $500 to get him through the month. Then Becca needed money for cosmetology school that she attended for 3 weeks before quitting. Then mom's roof needed repairs. Then Danny's girlfriend was pregnant and they needed baby stuff. Then Becca's car. Then mom's dental work. It never stopped. And I never said no. I kept a mental tally at first, but stopped around the $40,000 mark because it was too depressing. My retirement account that should have been growing was staying flat. The house I wanted to buy kept getting pushed back. The vacation I'd been planning for years never happened. But family needed help, and I was the only one who could provide it. My friends noticed. My best friend Lisa would ask why I was always broke despite making good money. I'd brush it off, say I had expenses. She'd point out I lived in a modest apartment, drove a 10-year-old Honda, never went anywhere. Where was my money going? I couldn't explain it without sounding like a sucker. So I just changed the subject. The phone call that changed everything happened on a random Tuesday in October. I'd just finished a 12-hour shift at the hospital, was exhausted, sitting in my car in the parking garage. Mom had called to check in, which usually meant she needed something but was working up to asking. We talked for maybe 10 minutes. She mentioned Danny was struggling again. Becca was thinking about going back to school, again, the usual updates. Then she said she had to go, someone was at the door. Okay, love you, Mom. Love you too, sweetie. I thought she'd hung up. Put the phone on speaker, set it in the cup holder, started driving home. That's when I heard voices. My mom's voice. Danny's voice. Becca's voice. They were all together, probably at Mom's house. Can't believe she actually sent money for that, Danny was saying, laughing. I told you she would, Mom replied. She always does. It's like having a personal ATM, Becca added. Just make up some emergency and boom, money appears. They all laughed. Actually laughed. I pulled over into a parking lot, hands shaking, turned up the volume. Did you really need the dental work? Danny asked. Or was that just? Oh please, my teeth are fine, Mom said. But she doesn't know that. I just sent her some scary-looking estimate I found online. That's genius, Becca said. I should try that. Maybe I'll need emergency car repairs next month. Just don't overdo it, Mom cautioned. Space them out. And make sure you sound really upset when you ask. Sarah's a softie, especially when we cry. More laughter. She really is pathetic though, Danny said. Working all those hours, living in that sad little apartment, and just hands us money whenever we ask. Does she have any self-respect? Who cares? Becca responded. She's useful. That's what matters. I almost feel bad, Mom said, but she was still laughing. Almost. But then I remember she makes like 3 times what I make and I feel fine about it. How much have we gotten from her total? Danny asked. Oh God, I don't even know. Tens of thousands probably. And she's never asked for any of it back? Nope. Just sends it and moves on. It's perfect. I sat in that parking lot for 20 minutes after Mom finally actually hung up, listening to silence, trying to process what I'd heard. My family, my mom, my siblings had been scamming me. For years. The emergencies were fake. The promises to pay me back were lies. They were laughing at me behind my back while I worked myself to exhaustion to support them. I felt sick. Actually nauseous. Had to roll down the window and breathe. But underneath the hurt was something else. Anger. Pure, cold anger. I drove home, didn't sleep that night. Just lay in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying that conversation over and over. Every time I'd sent money, believed their stories, trusted them. Every time they'd called me crying and I'd dropped everything to help. All of it was fake. The next morning, I called my bank. Went through my records. Added up every single transaction to family members over the past 7 years. The total was $63,412. $63,000 I'd given them. Money that could have been a down payment on a house. Money that could have been my retirement. Money that could have been trips, experiences, my own life. Gone. To people who saw me as a joke. I didn't contact them for 3 days. Let them think everything was normal. Then the call came, right on schedule. It was Mom. Hi, honey. How are you? I'm fine. My voice was flat, but she didn't notice. That's good, that's good. Listen, I hate to ask, but something's come up. The furnace is making this horrible noise, and the repair guy said it might need to be replaced. He quoted me $4,500, and I just don't have that right now. No. Silence. What? I said no, Mom. I'm not sending money. But Sarah, it's the furnace. Winter's coming. I can't afford to freeze. Your furnace is fine. How would you know? Because I know, Mom. I know everything. More silence. Longer this time. I don't understand what you mean. Tuesday. You didn't hang up the phone. I heard everything. You, Danny, Becca. The whole conversation about me being your personal ATM. About faking emergencies. About how pathetic I am. I heard her sharp intake of breath. Sarah, I can explain. Explain what? Explain how you've been lying to me for years? How you've stolen over $60,000 from me? How you and my siblings sit around laughing about what a sucker I am? We weren't. It wasn't like that. I have the recording, Mom. I recorded the call from my car. Want me to play it back for you? I didn't actually have a recording, but she didn't know that. Oh God. Sarah, please. We didn't mean those things. We were just joking around. Joking. Right. Was the fake dental estimate a joke too? Was making up emergencies to get money from me funny? She was crying now. Real tears this time, probably. But I didn't care. I'm sorry. We're so sorry. It got out of hand. We just needed help, and you were always so generous. I was generous because I thought you were my family. I thought you actually needed help. I thought I was doing the right thing. You were. You are. Sarah, please, we can work this out. No, we can't. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to call Danny and Becca right now and tell them exactly what I heard. Then you're all going to decide if you want to pay me back voluntarily or if you want me to take you to small claims court. You have 48 hours. You wouldn't see your own family. Try me. 48 hours. I hung up. My phone immediately started ringing. Mom. Danny. Becca. All of them calling, leaving voicemails, sending texts. I blocked all of them. Instead, I called Lisa. Told her everything. She was silent for a long moment after I finished. Holy shit, she finally said. Yeah. Are you actually going to sue them? I don't know. Probably not. But they don't know that. What do you want from them? I thought about that. I want them to understand what they did. I want them to feel even a fraction of what I'm feeling. And I want my money back. You think they have $60,000? No. But I want them to try. I want them to know there are consequences. Over the next 2 days, the messages continued. Apologies, excuses, justifications. Becca claimed she didn't really mean any of it. Danny said he was drunk during that conversation and didn't remember half of it. Mom kept saying she was sorry, that she'd make it right, that I was overreacting. I didn't respond to any of it. On day 3, I got a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. Sarah, it's me. My mom's voice. Don't hang up. Please. What do you want? I talked to a lawyer. About the money. And? He said most of it would be considered gifts. That unless we signed something saying we'd pay it back, you can't legally force us to. That's true. But I can make your lives uncomfortable in other ways. I can tell everyone in the family what you did. Aunts, uncles, cousins. Everyone at church Mom goes to. Everyone Danny works with. Everyone in Becca's social circle. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? You thought I wouldn't stop giving you money. You thought I'd never find out. You've been wrong about a lot of things. She was quiet. We can pay you back some of it, she said finally. Not all of it. We don't have it all. But we can do a payment plan. $100 a month from each of us. $300 a month total. Yes. That would take me 17 years to get my money back. It's the best we can do. I laughed. Actually laughed. You know what? Keep your money. All of it. Consider it payment for teaching me the most expensive lesson of my life. What lesson? That being kind to people who don't deserve it makes you a victim, not a hero. That family isn't determined by blood, it's determined by how people treat you. And that the people who are supposed to love you can hurt you worse than strangers ever could. Sarah, don't call me again. Any of you. We're done. You wanted a personal ATM? Well, the account is closed. Permanently. I hung up. Blocked the number. That was 8 months ago. I haven't spoken to any of them since. Changed my number. Blocked them all on social media. When they showed up at my apartment, I didn't answer the door. When they tried to reach out through other family members, I shut it down. I was done. The first few months were hard. I'd spent my whole life being the responsible one, the helper, the person everyone relied on. Cutting them off felt wrong even though I knew it was right. But slowly, things got better. I started therapy to work through the betrayal and the guilt. My therapist helped me understand that what they did wasn't just hurtful, it was abuse. Financial abuse. Emotional manipulation. Gaslighting. I opened a new savings account. Started actually building my retirement fund. Made a budget that didn't include emergency family expenses. The money piled up faster than I'd imagined possible. 6 months after cutting them off, I put a down payment on a house. Small, 2-bedroom place with a yard, in a neighborhood I loved. My friends helped me move. Lisa brought champagne. We sat on the floor of my empty living room toasting to new beginnings. I'm proud of you, she said. I know this hasn't been easy. It's been the hardest thing I've ever done. But also the best. Any regrets? I thought about it. No. I regret trusting them as long as I did. I regret letting them take advantage of me. But cutting them off? That I don't regret at all. Last month, I got a letter in the mail. From Becca. Someone must have given her my new address. I almost threw it away without reading it, but curiosity got the better of me. It was an apology. Long, rambling, full of excuses, but also what seemed like genuine remorse. She said she'd realized how badly they'd treated me. That she was ashamed of herself. That she hoped someday I could forgive them. At the bottom, she'd written, I know you probably won't believe this, but I really do miss you. Not your money. You. I read it twice. Then I put it in a drawer and haven't looked at it since. Maybe someday I'll be ready to have a relationship with them again. Maybe not. Right now, I'm focused on myself for the first time in a decade. On my house, my career, my friends who actually care about me. On building a life that's mine instead of funding everyone else's. I saw Mom at the grocery store 2 weeks ago. She was in the produce section. Saw me and started walking over. I turned my cart around and went the other way. Heard her call my name, but didn't stop. Some people might think I'm being too harsh. That family is family and I should forgive them. But those people didn't hear that phone call. Didn't hear the laughter as they called me pathetic. Didn't spend years sacrificing their own future for people who saw them as nothing more than a source of money. I spent $63,000 learning who my family really was. Expensive lesson. But worth it. Because now I'm free.